Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Boost! If it's my last time ever, I should do boost! I should do it again, right? I mean, if this is my last time ever doing this, I guess I should do it. Boost! Now I forgot. I gotta go back and start my intro over again. One last time, you know? Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Halloween 2026, the album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy. Let's do I mean, if it's the last time, we should do some more shimmies, right? Are you ready? Okay. One, we're going to shimmy to the left, shimmy to the right, shimmy to the back, shimmy to the front. Okay, you ready? One, come on now. It's the last time. It's the last time. I've had the time of my life. Okay. We're going to go shimmy to the left. And okay, ready? Here we go. One. We go on three. Okay, wait. We go 1, 2, 3, shimmy. We go 1, 2, 3, shimmy. Okay? 1, 2. Come on now. Come on. Let's have fun, shall we? One last time together. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And we shimmy to the left. Now, some of you are going with me. Okay, that's your right. You're going to your, you got to shimmy to your left. See, like when I'm going this way, you're going that way. Okay, it's like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Shimmy to the left and you shimmy to the right. You shimmy to the back and you shimmy to the front. Shimmy, shimmy. Okay, now, I didn't have a song picked out for today, actually, but I don't know all the words to it. The song I was going to sing, because we're one day away from Christmases, and because last night, from my movie channel, I watched Haul Out the Halloween with Lacey Chabert. It's a Hallmark movie. It was okay. I also watched that I reviewed for my Peter Watches TV channel. I've already done all these videos. I already filmed these videos. They are uploading as we speak, but I also watched Eileen, Queen of the Serial Killers, last night. So if you have any fascination with Eileen Wuornos, you want to go watch my review of it. It just came out today on Netflix. So I did that video. But because I watched Haul Out the Halloween with Lacey Chabert, did I mention that? She is not the Queen of Serial Killers. She's the Queen of Hallmark now. Okay. So I was going to sing, haul out the holly, bring out the... No, I didn't know the rest of the words, so I had to look up the lyrics. Haul out. Are you ready for Christmas? I'm so ready for Christmas. Haul out the holly, put up the tree before my spirit falls again. See, I'm leaving YouTube. Okay, that's really what this video is about. Well, no, seriously, we'll get into this in just a second. So I decided, okay, I came up with this idea. So like, this would be a good example of it. My friend Tanya Jean and I, my best friend of 29 years, when we get together and we like sing songs and stuff like that, we always do like, we like make like hand motions, like dances and stuff to it. Okay, but it has to make sense. Like, haul out the holly, put up the tree before my spirit falls again. Okay, so I thought it would be really funny if we became TikTok stars. In my head, we already are TikTok stars, so... I mean, it's just the next thing, right? So I thought it would be funny. I'm kind of just, listen, Linda, don't call me. The other day on one of my videos, I talked about how I hate the word moist. And then I said, listen, Linda. And I said, don't call me moist Linda. And then I said, what if I started a 9th channel and I just called it Moist Linda? Why does that sound so dirty? I think that, but it'd be like a cooking channel. And you just review cakes and how moist they are. And then you just say, listen, Linda. But my channel would be called Moist Linda. Haul out the holly, put up the tree before my, get it? Spirit falls again. Okay. This is called being an only child, okay? So I didn't have a song picked out today. I turned my volume down. I thought that we would let my iTunes, we'll just put it on shuffle. And I need a man in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. That's me, but I'm not 6'5". Okay. I'm actually 5'10" and a half. We need a man, and I'm not in finance. So I guess I'm nobody's man, except for my husband's. He probably wants a man in finance. Okay. Let's put the iTunes on shuffle and see what comes up, shall we? Nursing Home. This is from the soundtrack to The Holdovers. I love that movie so much. Okay. Oh, Candace Glover from American Idol. I love her. Swedish House Mafia. Janet Jackson, He Doesn't Know I'm Alive. None of these. Treats You Better by Rufus Du Sol. That song always makes me so sad. Oh, from Station 11. I love soundtracks. I love soundtracks. Oh, When the Party's Over by Billie Eilish. I love Billie Eilish so much. Okay. Shadows of the Night by Pat Benatar. None of these are really speaking to me. Zombie by Miley Cyrus. My Favorite Things by The Supremes. Wind Beneath My Wings by Patti LaBelle. This Is What Makes Us Girls by Lana Del Rey. I do love that song. Slow Show by The National. Okay, Ours by Taylor Swift. O Come Emmanuel by Whitney Houston. Okay, Best Friend by Sophie Tucker. Who Do You Love by Deborah Cox. See, none of these songs are more from Station 11. When I Think of You by Janet Jackson. That might be a good song to sing over here. Autumn Leaves by Ed Sheeran. Okay, Adele. Father and Son by Cat Stevens. My mother-in-law always wants me to sing that song with her. She's like, sing that Cat Stevens song with me. It's a sad song. Okay. Someone to Watch Over Me by Amy Winehouse. Why are none of these songs, Face That by New Order? Why aren't none of these songs anything that I want to sing for her? Birds by Linda Ronstadt. You know why? Because that was in that show with Pedro Pascal where they're like zombies, but they're not. I can never, The Last of Us or whatever. It was the gay episode. Episode 3, season 1. Okay. Holiday! We could take a holiday. I don't remember the words. The other day I tried to do Vogue in my video. I think it was in my vlog, and I couldn't remember the words. And it was the first time that like I've ever done Vogue, and I couldn't remember the words. Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, Dance on the Air. They had style, they had grace. Rita Hayworth gave it a face. Lauren Catherine, Lana 2, Betty Davis, We Love You. Ladies with an Attitude, fellas that were in the mood. Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it, Vogue. Oh, I did it today. I did it. Oh my God, I did it for the last time. For the last time, I did it today. I'm so proud of myself. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, sham-a-lang, dang, ding, dong. Ah! Death by the Drama Phone. Ding! House of Drama Phone. This is Peter speaking. Oh! Hi, Jane. How are you? Ow! Damn it. What, Jane? I can't hear you. I hit myself in the back of the head with the Drama Phone. What, Jane? The Women's League. The Women's League. Yeah. What should we talk about this week? Peter's leaving the YouTube for TikTok. I heard. He and his friend Tanya Jane, they're going to become TikTok famous now. Well, you know he has 8 channels. 8 channels. Jane, 8 channels. My favorite channel of his is, I think my favorite channel is that new one, the movie channel. Marketing. I love all his channels. Oh, she do. She's so funny. She do. Is she really leaving the YouTube? He is? He's leaving the YouTube. He's had enough. Oh, Jane, whatever will we do? Anyway, so that's what I'm over here to discuss today. I'm not leaving YouTube. This is a Q&A. Now it's called clickbait. Oh my God, you clickbaited! Wasn't it Toddy that just said recently, if you're not clickbaiting, what are you even doing? That was dedicated to Toddy. If I just put on here another my 400th Q&A, nobody's going to watch it except for like the 300 of you that watch every single one of my videos. And I'm so grateful for every single one of you. But you could probably answer the questions in my Q&A for me. Although I did get some new questions. I got a lot of new questions actually on this Q&A. So today is a Q&A. I might surprise you with this Q&A because listen, some people ask me some spicy questions, okay? Some drama questions to do with YouTube and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going there today. I'm just going to listen. I'm not going to answer them questions. We'll just keep this light and breezy. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, why not answer those questions? I mean, I'm an opinion-based channel. I have opinions about things too. And so, yeah, let's just go in and we'll answer those questions. People ask me about influencers, so we'll get into it. Okay. Holiday. If we took a holiday. I want to take a holiday. I'm ready to go somewhere. Okay, so here's the story, Morning Glory. I put up on my Instagram the other day. I wanted to just do kind of a fun, lighthearted video. I have a feeling, okay, here's the problem, right? Like when you're a drama channel, if you want to just do a fun, lighthearted video, that's fine. It's fine, right? But then if you even get into a little bit at all, like people ask me about people that I've made videos about recently. We'll get to this in just a second, okay? But if I even say anything about it, then that's what everybody's going to focus on the video. Okay. So I put up on the Instagram the other day. Oh my God, look, I got this. I've been wanting to make an Amy Bradley update video forever. I just keep on doing screenshots of it. And then has anybody ever heard of the movie called Dark Knight of the Scarecrow? It came out in 1981. It's supposed to be real scary, made for TV movie. I was going to watch that tonight and review it tomorrow for my movie channel. Okay, but I watched All Out the Halloween. So I put up on my Instagram the other night. See, I was looking up last night, scariest Lifetime movies for Halloween, and it came up Abducted, because people like when I do Lifetime movie reviews, The Mary Stouffer Story, Grave Secrets, The Secret of Hilltop Drive, A Cry for Help, and The Walls Are Watching. I didn't watch any of those, but I am a member of the Lifetime Movie Club. You can be too for $4.99 a month. Okay. It's at Amazon. That will be the one comment that I say that everybody will focus on. For $4.99, it's an add-on on the Prime. Okay. So I just put up on the Instagram the other day, I put up just, you know, like I usually say, like, ask me really funny questions or whatever. And sometimes I say, ask me anything, anything goes. And then people are like, why'd you name your dog Walter? And stuff like that. So anyway, but I was like, I'm just going to put up the question box. So I literally just put up the question box and that's it. I didn't say no rules. I just thought, let's just see what I get. Okay, let's just see what I get. So I literally just put up the question box. And you know what? I've actually, up until last night, I was getting questions. So let me go in here and see, like, my newest question. Like, my newest question was, what's her name? From Morgan. Hey, Morgan, how are you, gal? And she said, can I be a guest on one of your vlogs? I mean, are you nice? I don't know. Well, sure you can. When should we do? I don't know. Let's see where you live. I said that. Now watch. She'll be like, I live right down the street. It doesn't say where she lives. Okay. Let me know. Should I do special guests on my vlog? That would be kind of fun. Okay. We're going to get to that question here just a little bit ago that somebody asked me because that's an influencer question. Okay. So let's go in to the questions. I have them all screenshot up here. Okay. So where's my very first question? Okay, here they go. My very first question is, oh, somebody said, not a question. I want to see a picture of your mom. I think you showed one before, but I forgot. Okay, I've shown pictures of my mom quite a bit. Now, I can just tell you right now, I'm going to totally forget to insert this picture in here. But if I do, just imagine my mom's pictures in here. But I'll put some pictures of my mom in here. I have them in my phone anyway. I'll put some pictures of my mom up here if I remember, okay? And thank you for asking. I think that that's so cool. You know, I talk a lot about this on my vlog. I talk a lot about, like, grief and things like that. You know, I'm coming up on 18 years of my mom being gone. It was like somebody in my last Q&A, they said something about, like, were you still working in treatment when you started YouTube? I left treatment 8 years before I started YouTube, you know? I did a lot of things in between there. And somebody asked, I was like, no, it had been a long time. It had been a long time. I left treatment. My mom passed away. That year was like a huge year for me. But it's been 18 years. You know, I was talking about this the other day. Like, yesterday was 1 year since our little dog, Boo Radley, passed away. And one of the things I talked a lot about in this last year with my therapist, I've actually talked a lot about it on my vlog. These are the things I talk about on my vlog a lot, is the idea that my therapist introduced me to, which was called combined grief. And actually somebody just reached out to me and said that when I mentioned that in the video, it made a lot of sense to them. Combined grief is this idea that, like, when Boo Radley passed away, and yes, I was very sad. I'm still sad. I miss him every single day. But when Boo Radley passed away, it brought up so many things that had happened from my mom's passing from 17 years before to now it's been almost 18, to my aunt and uncle passing away, to friends of mine that have passed away, to just different transitions in my life, to people moving away, to friendships that I don't have anymore. And it, like, brought up all this grief to our previous dogs, Tucker and Pee-Pee, that had passed away. And so it wasn't just Boo's passing. It was like an end of an era for me to some degree. And so I wasn't just grieving Boo's passing. I was grieving this huge, huge, huge period of my life that felt over to me. It doesn't necessarily feel like that right now, but if you don't watch my vlog, one of the things that you don't know is that I really greatly struggled with a lot of anxiety as a result of that. And I was waking up in the mornings and I literally felt like my hand was shaking like that, or my hands were shaking like this, and I would look at them and they were completely still. And so it just was a big struggle the last year. I think my video from yesterday, my vlog channel is called The Year of Transformation. I have made so many changes in the last year and done so much work. And so, yeah, this last year has been really, really interesting to me, and the whole idea of combined grief, and that when we are grieving one loss, sometimes it reminds us of other losses that we haven't fully worked through yet. So what I didn't really realize at that time was that there were a lot of periods in my life of grieving that I hadn't worked through necessarily. You know, I had done trauma narratives on the accident, and I had done all this work on the accident, but I was still grieving a lot about the accident and about friendships of mine that people had moved away. And, you know, it just was a lot in my life. And the last year has been like, I've worked so hard on the last year alone. But, you know, it's interesting because I was talking about it. It's like, I can remember like my vlog channel was very cathartic for me the first couple years. I would get on that and I would just talk about my mom and tell stories of my mom. I don't know that I had truly, truly grieved my mom until that first year of my vlog, when I fully talked a lot about my mom on there. I literally, I think, grieved on camera the loss of my mom. I really think like that vlog was so cathartic for me, you know? And that's one way that YouTube has really, really helped me. My vlog is so cathartic for me. I bring things over there that I'm dealing with. Not everything, but a lot. And it's just a place for me at the end of the day to sit down and talk. So today, you know, like, there was a time when I couldn't even really think about my mom without crying. I'm not like that today. Do I think about her every day? I mean, at some point. My cousin and I, Caroline, we tell stories about our moms and our dad, you know, stuff like that. But like, I don't grieve the same way that I did, you know, and I don't think there's any timing on grief. Every once in a while, like I was telling a story in my vlog the other day about my mom, and I got really sad and I started crying, but that very rarely happens anymore. I'm blessed for the time that I had with her. I'm grateful for the time that I had with her. And, you know, and I also know that my mom would want me to live. She wouldn't want me just to stay. And I know this about my mom. She wouldn't want me because I think we say that a lot about people, like they would want this, but I truly do know this about my mom. She lived this. She wouldn't want me to stay stuck in just the state of grief constantly forever. She wouldn't want me to have the most amazing life possible. For me to do that, I have to do a lot of work, but I'll include some pictures up here for you so you guys can see my mom. I'll do some older pictures and some pictures before she passed away, but thank you for that. Somebody asked me, do you believe, the questions that I've gotten before, I probably won't answer again because I've gotten a lot of these questions before. Do you believe in witchcraft? It's spooky season. Had to ask, love you. I do believe in witchcraft. I do believe it. I've had enough bizarre encounters with things. I also believe that there are a lot of people that believe in it and they're completely fake. It's very much to me like my belief in like spirit mediums and things like that. Like I'm not skeptical. I have a very strong belief in spirit mediums. Honey, the land, honey, the land. And I have watched them through the years and stuff like that. I think this comes up in another question. I kind of skim some of these questions, but I'm not skeptical about witchcraft or the occult or spirits or psychic mediums, which all of that doesn't necessarily fit into one category. I'm just saying all that. I'm skeptical about some people that I don't think are the real deal. That's my saying about it, or my thing about it. But yes, I 100% believe in it. How do you stay positive when things get hard? It's, you know, this is another thing that I talk a lot about on my vlog. It's hard to stay positive. I don't always, that's the truth. I don't always stay positive. Like I said, the last year has been really, really hard for me. I worked previous to booze passing on my OCD issues. I had extreme OCD. I think I started making a list about it and I stopped at about my 400th ritual. And when I was talking to my therapist about it, he was like, if you do what I tell you to do, they'll be gone in like 6 to 9 weeks. And I just was like, there's no way. And I was like, I mean, I was consumed with OCD rituals. And I didn't believe that there was any way. Today, I would say I have one ritual that, and I talk about this on my vlog, it's rewinding my TV shows. It's one ritual that I have and my number is 4. And it very rarely ever comes up. When it comes up today, I know that there are things going on because my OCD is a sense of need to control things for me. So that's when I know it's coming up. But to go from like, I mean, I probably had I stopped making the list at 400. I probably had 6, and he would have me categorize them, so it wasn't really that many. It was a lot of counting. It was a lot of repetitive things. I mean, it was consuming my day. I don't even know how I got through a day doing things. And that was while I was filming videos on YouTube, and I was never talking about it and stuff. When I worked through that, and then Boo passed away, and then with the combined grief, I no longer had, the OCD rituals were somewhat of a defense mechanism to dealing with like feeling like I don't have control over things in my life. So then I think a lot of the anxiety came out that I probably previously had anyway. When I started working on the anxiety issues, and I'm not somebody that loves 900 diagnoses. Diagnoses for me, or working through it, are a way for me to understand the world as I see it better. And as I started working on the anxiety, what I realized was that I'm very much a believer that I can only control what I can do and my reaction to things. I can't control what other people do. I'm not great at it. I'm getting there. But it's still a struggle for me. But I don't have the OCD rituals. I did what my therapist told me to do. I worked hard on them. I started with one and got rid of it, and then it just kind of multiplied from there. We looked at the base issues around my OCD. I made videos specific about it on my Peter Desto channel talking about it. The anxiety was really a struggle. Since I'm talking about it, I will share this. I just talked about it on my vlog not too long ago. I did recently, I think it was about 5 weeks ago, I started on Lexapro. I really, to be honest with you, I don't know if it's working or not. I don't really feel a whole lot differently about it. I feel a little bit like I don't think take things, like I don't spiral as much, but I don't feel any significant difference with it. So, and that was at the urging of my doctor and therapist and things like that to start something. Just like, if we got to start something, right? And so there was a lot of conversations before I did that. I'm not saying it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I have no clue. I just telling you my experience, and I don't even know that I'm far enough along in that journey to be able to speak to it. Like I said, I'm like 5 weeks out from starting it. So, and I'm on a very, very low dose of it. So, but you know, for me, it's about, how do I stay positive? I think it's awareness of, on days that I'm not positive, of being, I don't have to fake it. I don't have to be like, you know, one of the things I really struggled with for a long time was when I'm having a bad day. There are a lot of things that I don't talk about on video because they're not my stories to tell. Things that have happened to friends of mine. Some of my friends, closest friends and family, have gone through horrific things in the last couple years. It's not my place to share that on a video, right? Like what they're going through. And I haven't shared a lot of those things on video. But I'm still affected by what my friends and family are going through. And so on days like that, I have found it hard to pop a fan and be funny and things like that. I think, like, I've learned that I've got to give myself grace and take time for myself. So sometimes it takes me longer to start my day. I don't film videos on that day. I take time to myself. I've really had to learn to do that. Thankfully, because of you guys watching my videos, I have the ability to do that. I mean, I have a job. This is, the fact that this is a job, that I get to sit and make videos, or someday decide I don't want to and work from home and be with the dogs. I mean, it's amazing. And I'm so incredibly grateful for that, you know? So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I have the ability to be able, like a lot of people don't, to be able to say, you know what, today I need to take a day for myself. I need to look and see where the time is on this video. But one of the things I do is I use gratitude almost to the point where it can almost be a fault, where I look at why I'm struggling for that day. If it's a real issue, I acknowledge that, and I honor myself in saying, you have a right to be upset about this, or you have a right to be angry or hurt about that. And I process it with other people, like my sponsor in recovery, or my therapist, or friends of mine, my husband, and I process it. And they'll tell me, like, no, you're overreacting, or no, you have a real right to feel this way, because sometimes I don't know. But I also go to gratitude a lot, and I go to that there are a lot of people, hundreds of thousands, if not millions and millions and millions upon people, that have it 100 times worse than I'll ever have it. And that puts, it right-sizes me, and it puts me in perspective to be a little bit more grateful for what I'm given each day. And that really kind of pulls me out of the mood. It's like, and the other thing is, there was something when I worked in treatment, I got to find this and hold on a second. It's Heart Soul Wilson, if you guys want to know who it is. But we used to read this every morning when Heart Soul, hold on a second, Wilson, A New Day. We used to read this every morning during community when I worked in treatment, and I love this to this day. It doesn't have to, you don't have to say God in it or amen. It doesn't have to be a religious prayer. It could just be an affirmation. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. What I do today is very important because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving something in its place I have traded for it. I want to be a gain, not a loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price I paid for it. And I feel like that, and that pulls me out of it a little bit. And I said that regularly for over, 20 some years now, that I don't want to waste today, and there are going to be days that are so horrible and so traumatic that those days we deserve to sit in the mess and sit in the sadness. On a day that I'm just borrowing small things to get angry about, I don't, I don't want to get to the end of my life and look back and realize that I was super consumed with anger. I was thinking about this last night that, I think we live in this world of online things now where we get angry about things we see people post online that we'll never even meet that person. I hope I don't get to the end of my life and I realize that I have consumed my time with anger, resentment, and misery towards somebody that didn't even know that I existed. That's a waste of a life. And it's when we say that, they're not just memes on Instagram. It literally is a waste of our life. One day we are all going to be gone from this earth, and how we spend it each and every day is up to us. I don't want to spend it that way. I don't want to spend it in anger or misery, and if I don't want to, then I have to do the work, And what I've learned through the years is typically anger, frustration, resentment, and misery is self-created about feelings that I have myself, And so then I have to take a look at what's my part in that. That's where recovery helps me, and then I take that stuff to therapy. So anyway, that's kind of how I get out of the negative-minded space a little bit. It's work. It's all work. I have a toolbox of stuff that I have to work through. Okay, this is deep. Y'all are getting me some deep questions today. Somebody said, would you ever get a tattoo? I don't think I've ever heard you speak about it before. Well, I have actually talked about it before. I do not have any tattoos. I'm not opposed to it. I love tattoos. I think tattoos are sexy as hell. My husband and I don't have any tattoos either, or he doesn't have any tattoos either. Not for any reason that we just haven't ever gotten one. I used to joke and say, when people would ask me, I said I have a naked lady riding a dragon and the tail whips around the side, and I thought that would be such a hot tattoo. And just a really strong, empowered woman riding this dragon. That's what I wanted all over my back. For a long time, okay, I have to admit, do you remember the barcodes in the back of the neck? I thought that was so sexy. I think that face tats are kind of hot. I always wanted to get something that my mom wrote and my dad wrote, how they signed their names on my wrists. For a long time, my mom said if she ever came back, to visit after she passed away, that she'd come back as a cardinal. I wanted to get a cardinal feather on the back of my neck. But now I'm kind of I don't know. I'm kind of past the tattoo stage. I don't know. I'm not ruling it out. I'll be honest with you. At 53, I probably am more... it's probably more I would just be on vacation and be let's get a tattoo. And I just hop in and go get it. 20 years ago, I would have put a lot of thought into it. Today, I probably would just get a tattoo and be hey, you guys, I got a tattoo. It wouldn't really be that big of a deal to me. You know what I mean? But I think back then this is going out of focus. I think back then I put so much thought and stuff into it. I don't think I would today. Okay, favorite 90s movie. I actually kind of had to think about this because... Okay, this is when you're getting older. I get very confused about a lot of movies that I think are 80s movies are actually 70s movies, and 90s movies were actually 80s movies and vice versa. So I was looking up a lot of 80s movies last night that were Oscar winners. I don't know. I'm trying to think of 90s movies. I loved the horror movies of the 90s. I went to a lot of horror movies with my very first boyfriend. We would do that on Sunday nights. I talk about that, are these 90s movies? I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, all those movies we would go see in the movie theater. Boys Don't Cry is probably my favorite, with Hilary Swank, about Brandon Teena, is probably my favorite movie from the 90s. It's probably my absolute, and I think it's a very important movie for everybody to see, especially today. Absolute favorite movie of all time. Come on now. Who asked me this question? Y'all know my favorite movie and book of life is To Kill a Mockingbird, hands down. I literally, on my BookTube channel just the other day, so Harper Lee, if you did not know, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, she's passed away, but they just released her newest book of, it's old findings of short stories and essays, and I got it. And so I did a whole video talking about my love of To Kill a Mockingbird and Go Set a Watchman, and then her newest book, which I think is called The Land of Sweet Forever. Okay. What's an inconsequential... I thought this question was good. What's an inconsequential pet peeve you have? The battery stopped. I don't even know where I was in reading the question, so we'll go back. Okay. What's an inconsequential pet peeve you have? Like something so minor that drives you crazy. Mine is companies putting dumb stickers on products. Okay. Mine too. Two of my things. On the bottom of coffee mugs that you cannot get off, and you sit there and you literally pick it and 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 pick it. And I know this comment, people are going to give me suggestions on how to get that off. Okay, pick it and pick it and pick it and pick it off a coffee mug. Drives me crazy. Number one. Number two, we do not need price tags on books. Okay, I cannot stand price tags on books. Constantly trying to get that tag off there. Oh my God, it drives me crazy. Oh my God, it drives me crazy. So yes, I agree with you. Somebody asked me, are you feeling okay? I'm feeling good today. Halloween is my favorite holiday, so I'm really, really excited about tomorrow. We're going to my cousin Caroline's house and having chili dinner and all that kind of stuff. And then we have a wedding on Saturday that we're going to of one of Alex's dearest friends. And then Sunday is my nephew's birthday. So it's going to be a fun-filled weekend, and I'll be vlogging and filming videos as well this weekend. It's beautiful outside, but it's cold. It's very Halloween-y here in Indiana. Our entire front yard is all filled with leaves. Somebody asked me if it's not too hard for you, of a subject for you, can you do a video about losing our pets? Yeah, I would absolutely do that. Oh, this is a friend of mine that asked this question. Yeah. Oh, hey, honey, how are you? I would absolutely, I didn't even know you watch my videos, gal. Oh my God. I would absolutely do a video. I think I've done some videos I've talked a lot about it on my vlog. I think that, and this is not to diminish any other grief that we feel, but I think that we don't talk enough about grief of pets in our world. And it's, actually, Marvis, Big Teeth's, passed away last year. I love that little dog so much, and his mom. And they actually just adopted a new dog. But she talked a lot about like brain receptors and how we respond to our relationships with pets differently. And I related to it so much. I think we need to talk more about pet grief in our lives. I really do. Okay, somebody asked me, ooh, okay, I thought they meant like specific titles, but fuck, marry, kill, books, movies, or TV. Okay. I would fuck TV shows. I'm so down with some TV shows, okay? I don't know if you're asking me specifics. Like, you want me to pick specific books, movies, and TV shows? Okay, or are you just books, movies, and TV? Okay, if it was fuck, movie, marry, and kill, just books, movies, and TV, I would fuck TV shows. I would marry books, and I would kill movies. I know. I'm getting more back into watching movies because I started the movie channel, but if I had to pick one, I love to binge watch a TV show. Oh my God, Shetland. I'm on season 8 right now, out of 9 seasons. It's so good. Do you ever look up at planes flying by and wonder where they're going? All the time. All the time. I can't tell if they're coming or going. When I'm outside vlogging, especially in the summer, they fly real low, and somebody told me those are FedEx planes. I don't even know if that's true. Did you ever watch 6 Feet Under or Dexter? I watched the first season of 6 Feet Under when it first came out. Dexter, I've watched like 3 episodes, but I've actually read almost all the books by Jeff Lindsay. And no, I promised my friend Mel that I would watch Dexter, and I was going to watch it Halloween season, and I haven't started it yet. You're going to get me into trouble with these questions. Somebody asked me, how was your anxiety lately? I told that whole story. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. What were some of your Halloween costumes as a little kid? Okay, I went as a bartender one time. My dad made the whole costume with like, these are the ones I remember. I always had elaborate costumes, and my parents made them, mostly my dad. I went as a doctor because my dad was a doctor a couple years. Was a bartender, and I had like a martini glass. This is so like, I mean, you couldn't go and do this today. Well, I guess you could, but people would probably side-eye you. But I had like a bow tie, and then I had like a white apron on, and then like I was carrying a tray, and on the tray was like super glued like a plastic martini glass, and I was a bartender. And I think like one of our family friends, the daughter, we were both like 8, and she was like a go-go dancer. So I mean, like, you could do that back in the day, you know? I was all kinds of things. I was a patient, a doctor, and a patient. That was a lot of years. Scarecrow, that was a good one. I sprayed myself completely in gold. My dad helped me make that too with lots of straw. Speaking of my dad, somebody said, would you do a video with your dad? Just sitting together and talking would be so nice. I would 100% do a video with my dad. I've talked to my dad about it before, and my dad calls me Pete, and he's like, Pete, if you want to do a video, we can do a video together. The thing is that my dad is so incredibly private that it's about respecting people, that like he would do it if I asked him to. But that's not something that he would want to do. I've actually thought about doing a video with my dad. I I have a lot of videos in my phone and stuff with my dad, but I've actually thought about doing a video with my dad and just keeping it to myself, like never posting it, where I would ask him questions and stuff. But like my family is a family of stories, and so we're all storytellers, and so I feel like I know so much, you know? I think if I did a video with my dad, it would be interesting because like a lot of the things that people would want to know, probably about my recovery and getting sober, like the stories would be identical to what I've told. So I don't know that it would be interesting. I think a lot of people would ask me like, I mean, my dad's always been my biggest supporter ever since I came out. My dad scientifically believes that we are born gay. I think like those might be interesting things that people would find, but I think people would think my dad and I physically look a lot alike. I mean, my dad has white hair and a beard. We physically look a lot alike. Other than that, I don't know. My dad's just he and my stepmother are very, very private. I've made that very, very clear through the years, even when people have doxed him. And, you know, I've said stuff to my dad about being doxed and whatever. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He was like, I mean, my dad is hilarious and he's very sarcastic. He's like, let him show up at my front door, you know? I mean, my dad is like, so he doesn't even care about that stuff. I think I care more about that stuff. I care more about my dad's privacy, my friend's family, like I always, before I take a picture and post it anywhere online, like on Instagram, whoever I'm taking a picture of, I always ask that person, I'm like, within 5 minutes, people are going to know who you are. So do you care? And they're like, no, I don't care. But I very rarely tag people in my pictures just because of that. It's kind of sad that I can't do that, honestly, you know? I don't show a lot of videos of my family anymore at all. Caroline will be in, she's like, you can say whatever you want to say. My husband's the same way. He's like, share whatever you want to say. He's like, I don't care. So, but no, at this point, I probably wouldn't do a video with my dad. You know, I respect my dad's privacy enough. I mean, my dad has never said no. If I called him up and I said, can I come over there and do a video? He'd be like, yeah, sure. What day you want to come over? But he wouldn't, like, he would do it because he would know that it was important to me. But it's not something that he would want to do. And so I respect that enough. Favorite video you've ever made? You know, it's interesting because on my last, I was thinking about this the other day. On my last video, I was talking about videos of mine that I do that I never at the time know that, you know, before I look into this, I texted my husband and I asked him, like, what time he's going to be done. So I got to make sure, okay, he didn't text me back yet, which means he's not done. I talked about this, about videos that I never expected would, like, do really, really well. And it's like the census lady video, the post office rant, things like that. Like, I had so much fun doing those videos at the time, but I never thought those videos would be, like, videos people would remember years later. I mean, still once a week, somebody will be like, do an update on the census lady. The census lady is 100% real. Like, that happened. The post office happened. I can't recreate that. You know what I mean? I can tell you hands down, it would never be one of my videos that I did about any influencer. That would not be one of my favorite videos. I think a lot of my vlogs would probably be some of my favorite videos. In all honesty, my favorite videos where I have really enjoyed what I've talked about and I felt like there was purpose to it is probably my Fox Hollow Farms videos that I've done over here. And just the duration of when I started it and to where they're at now. I've enjoyed those, doing those the most, and just being part of, on a very, very small level, but so many people have reached out to me and I've passed on other people to, you know, family members and stuff like that, to even be such a small part of that. I don't know, like the story that I have followed for, you know, almost 30 years now, it's crazy to be on some small part of that. I think those would be the videos that did you ask me what video favorite video? Yeah, I mean, I think those. I don't know. Yeah. Do you think Sylvia Brown was a fraud? 100%. I think she was a fraud. I think she may have had some talent, and then once she got on TV and stuff like that, it kind of just like was too much. Are there any psychics you think are legit? I think there are hundreds and millions of hundreds. I think it's a natural gift. I really, really do. I think there are a lot of psychics. I will tell you right now, Aphrodite on YouTube is a real deal. He has done enough private readings for me on the phone. I haven't talked to Ant in a while, but I love him. He's such a sweet guy. Aphrodite has given me very specific details, very specific things that turned out the way they are. I don't know if he's right about everything, but I will tell you that with very little knowledge about topics that I brought to him, Ant gave me very specific information that ended up coming true. I mean, it was unbelievable. Aphrodite truly has a talent. Online, people that you would know, I really believe Monica the Medium that used to have a TV show, she was so right on about it. Teresa Caputo, like, I go back and forth with this. When I saw her in a large room, it was, I don't care what anybody says. I've had people come to me and say, I had a reading with her on a live stage. She was real. It was 100%. She cold reads is what she does. It's very like Tyler the Medium. I think Tyler the Medium is a complete fake, okay? He cold reads. He guesses. Like, do you have a grandma? Like, did you have a grandma that passed away? Well, everybody has a grandma. Everybody has a grandma, okay? Somewhere down the road, you had a grandma. Whether you knew her or not, you had a grandma. And so it's stuff like that, that like, he cold reads. Teresa Caputo does that too, live. On the TV show, it's different. She's very specific. So I don't know where I stand with Teresa Caputo. I want to believe in Teresa Caputo, but Monica the Medium, her show's not on anymore. John Williams, I used to think was pretty real too, but I don't know. I read a couple of his books. Do you ever feel anxious around the holidays? Sometimes I think I'm nuts for it because I love the holidays. I don't feel anxious about it. I used to get sad when the holidays were over. I don't. We've always got next things planned, you know, so no, I don't. What would your theme song be every time you entered a room? Oh my God, that song from Jawbreaker. Every time I enter the room, that do-do-do-do, you know when those 4 girls would walk down? Oh, that would be my song every time I walked in the hallway. When you and Alex ever go to Australia for a holiday, 100% it's on our list. His list is like 60 countries, or 60 places long. Thailand, Australia, Fiji, Singapore, Philippines. He wants to go. I have not heard Lily Allen's new album. Didn't even know she had one. Iconic moment that lives on your brain, rent-free. Well, I keep on posting this. I love when Mariah Carey is interviewed. I don't know who it is, but some English journalist, and says, talk about Katy Perry going to space. And he says to her, she goes, did she? And she goes, good for Katy. She's like real calm. And then he goes, do you think you would go to space? And she goes, I think I've done enough. I'm like, oh honey, like that, because it's so true too, you know, but I just love her answer of that. Favorite Thanksgiving dish, stuffing, but I never make it in time to make vegetarian stuffing, so I hardly ever get it. So my favorite dish is my cousin Caroline makes these mushrooms in the crock pot, which is literally like ranch dressing and butter, and I love them so much. I put up the recipe last year because so many people asked me to. My leg is falling asleep. Hold on a second. What is it to wake up every morning knowing you are him? Well, I'm not Daniel Craig, but I wish I was. Oh my God. Okay. What Christmas theme will you be choosing for your home this year? I love that you think that I planned that far ahead. The Christmas theme this year will be whatever Christmas decorations are down in the basement and I pull up. Okay. It was felt last year from Trader Joe's, so it'll be a lot of felt this year from Trader Joe's. Which do you prefer, bagged or wrapped gifts? Oh, 100% wrapped gifts, but I use a lot of bags because it's easier. Can you do a Sylvia Brown video? Well, you know what? Like, I've been talking about Sylvia Brown over here for so long, but now she's getting, like, real hot. You know, Honey the Land. Zachary Michael actually commented on my question. He said, Honey the Land. Favorite dessert? Oh, my God. Tiramisu or apple pie a la mode? Oh, my God, but I do love pumpkin pie, too. If your life was a book, what would the title be? Meandering Musings by a Total Fool. No question. Just hope you're feeling good. Happy Halloween. You too. When are you going to stop pretending you're not interested in Bigfoot? She's in your woods. She probably is. She do out there. Favorite song that came out in 2025? Do you really think I know a lot of songs that come out in 2025? I don't know. I can't even think of a song that came. I mean, I listen to all old songs. I do. I've listened to like the Avett Brothers nonstop for the last week. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Probably vlogging on the front porch. Taking a lot of vacations, I hope. Celebrating Walter and Otis's 5-year birthday. Least favorite food or restaurant you could have more than once a week if you let yourself. Well, I would let myself. I'm walking my ass off 1.5 hours to 2 hours every night. I'll let myself eat what I want, but I'm eating really healthy. You know, I haven't had Chinese buffet in forever. It's really hard as a vegetarian, but I do miss Chinese buffet. Oh, I thought it said least favorite food. My latest favorite food is Noodles and Company. Oh my God. I love it so much. Are you ever going to go to a skating rink and try to skate? I would skate outside before I would go inside or go in a rink. No, I'm not trying to make a fool of myself. But that would be fun. I haven't gone to a skating rink in a long time. I played hockey. Are you talking about roller skating? Well, that would be outside. Okay. Zachary Michael. Honey the Land. What is your favorite fall treat? Chocolate, any kind. Reese's, those Reese's Halloween things. Looks like the dogs have brought you so much happiness. Are you still grieving? I am. It was hard. Yesterday was hard. But I felt a lot of gratitude, you know, for the time that I had with Boo. And I say that every night in my prayers and stuff like that. I talked a lot about it in my last 2 vlogs. So go over there. I talked about it for like a half an hour. What was the pettiest thing you've done and stand by it? Oh my God, that's such a good question. The pettiest thing I've ever done and stood by it. I don't know. You know, I think in all honesty, like, my friends and family get me. I am one sarcastic SOB. Like, I really am, okay? I am shady boots down. I mean, anybody that knows me will tell you, like, people think I'm, like, shady in videos. I am so toned down on videos because people, like, can't handle it. That's the truth. That is the 100% truth, that people cannot handle it. If I say one thing that's kind of a little shady, people, like, lose their minds off of it. So I really tone myself down. I don't know, like... I don't know that I would stand by it. Like, if I did something petty, I'm trying to think. I'm sure I've done hundreds of things that were petty. If I did something petty and it really hurt somebody's feelings, and they said that really hurt my feelings genuinely, I would take responsibility for it. And I wouldn't stand by it. I don't need to stand by something petty. It's petty. Why do I need to stand by it? Especially if it hurts somebody's feelings. Fuck, marry, kill Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, and Clint Eastwood. Well, kill would be Tom Cruise. That'd be easy. Marry... I mean, I don't find either one of them really that attractive. I love Clint Eastwood. So I'm like, who has more money? Isn't Clint Eastwood like 83 or something like that? I'd marry Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I'm not a huge Harrison Ford fan, and I'd fuck Harrison Ford. But like Star Wars days. Okay. Let's see. If you could completely remodel the condo, we are completely remodeling the condo. We just don't know when. What would the style and colors do you like? I've kind of just like leaned into let my husband do what he wants to do. It will look very much like the one hotel. It'll be very earthy. It'll be like whitewashed floors. It'll be very open, very clean. It'll be like beige white couches, lots of light wood. It'll look like South Florida, Mexico is what it'll look like in here. It'll look like Tulum, and I'm all for it. I'm really all for it. We need some brightness in our life. I mean, this place can get dark. We have like 2 windows in the whole place. Do you think you'll ever retire and just do your vlogs? Well, I mean, that is what this video is all about, right? I don't see it. No, I don't ever think about it. I don't really ever think about like, I mean, I will say it's very intentional that I started like the TV channel and the movie channel, and I would love to build those up to where like if I went on vacation, I wouldn't feel like I had to like pre-film 8 videos and stuff like that. Like I would just do TV videos and movie videos while I was gone in a vlog, because we're like, as I get older, we're going to take longer and longer trips. I mean, our trips are going to be like 2 to 4 weeks. Like, and so while I'm gone, yeah, I want to continue to work while I'm doing that and film videos. The vlog's easy for me to do while I'm on vacation. I also don't want to sit in a hotel room or Airbnb for 4 hours, you know, and filming videos while my husband's on the beach. So I don't ever see myself really retiring from this. You're going to have to pull me off YouTube, you know? Somebody asked me, I will just say this right now. Somebody asked me what I thought. They said, did you watch Raw Beauty Christy's most recent video, and what did I think about it? Listen, I'm not going to be a bullshit artist, okay? I did watch Raw Beauty Christy's most recent video, her Q&A. I thought she went in and I thought... I'm just going to be completely objective. I'm going to piss people off no matter what I say. I'm not getting into a deep conversation about this. She came across, and I think she still doesn't see it in her first video, because she said, if people didn't understand the Zoolander quote, like, I'm a sarcastic son of a bitch, blah, blah, blah. I am like that too. Christy referenced that, like, she was like that in her earlier videos, and that she came across as very sarcastic and angry. That's not my memory of Christy in her earlier videos. You know, people have said to me, like, my standing up for myself era, I was very, very angry at that time. I can watch those videos, and I have. I was very angry at that time. I was going through a lot, and that's no excuse. I literally was on camera, like, yelling at people. Like, I'm fully aware of that in retrospect. I got it. Like, I think you could have even shown me the videos at that time, and I would have been like, damn, like, what's going on, you know? And so I get it. So the fact that she's like, I'm no different today than I was. No, that video the other day was pointed, and it was angry. Do I understand what she said in this news? I'll be honest with you. I just watched the part where she addressed the elephant in the room, like she says, the first part of it. I didn't really have many thoughts about it. I thought, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of thoughts about it. The one thought this is what I was going to say about it, was that she said in there that people ask her if she's like quitting YouTube. And she made some comment in there about she thinks YouTube will quit her before she quits YouTube. I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't know if that meant because she thinks she's not getting views or people aren't interested in her anymore. I mean, I think part of the problem is, and I wish her all the best in her pottery thing. I was kind of confused about that too, because I covered Christy a year ago. And she was coming out with the pottery then and talking about a website. If I remember correctly, I might be completely wrong, so I don't quote me on that. But the pottery thing's been going on for a while, because I made videos talking about that. And I wish her the best on it. I think everybody should chase their dreams and follow their dreams. And I hope it's successful for her and that she's happy doing it. I think and she's even said this in videos before, that she didn't want to change what she was doing, because if she changed what she was doing, then people would not be interested in watching her videos. It's a scary thing to do. When I started doing Sister Wives videos over here, I was very conscious of the fact that a lot of people wouldn't want to watch them. I knew that. I knew that people would be like, is he only doing reality? I knew it was going to be very confusing to a lot of people. That's why I was like, I'm going to continue to do influencer drama over here. Made that very clear. I don't really have anything to add to the original conversation. What I will say is that as much as I'm aware that people found me for drama videos, okay, and that some people just enjoy my personality, it's very similar to Christy and to any other influencer, that people found her for her makeup. And now that she's not wanting to do as much of that and she's wanting to do pottery and stuff like that, the people that love Christy's personality and love her are going to stick around for her. But a lot of the people that are there just for the makeup, a lot of people have fallen off of watching makeup videos anyway. Not just Christy's, all makeup videos. We live in a different economic world. People aren't as interested in it as much anymore. They're interested in different kinds. And so I think that adds a huge factor into it too. I didn't really understand what she meant by YouTube will quit me first. So please feel free to explain it in the comment section below. She still has a good fan base of people that really, really enjoy her. I watched that first part of it. I feel like she felt it was necessary to clarify some things. I felt like she seemed a lot more calmer in her clarification from the second video to the first video. I really have nothing more to add to. I've said my piece about it. I have nothing more to add to it. If people want me to make another video, I might down the road. If Christy said she's not going to talk about it again, that's her last time talking about it. I don't feel like I need to continue to talk about it over and over and over again and bring it up. I mean, go watch any channel out there. They got a lot more videos than I did. Some people made 15 and 20 videos about the topic. I made a lot of videos about it too. I don't feel like I have anything else to say about Christy at this point. I also feel like there's a time and a place when, and I've been aware of this several times throughout following YouTube, where you back up away from somebody, like enough is enough. And I'm there with Christy. I feel like, Christy, best of luck to you. And I mean that sincerely, and I mean that genuinely, okay? I feel like she's been through a lot. I wish her the best. And I don't need to add anything more to the conversation right now. The only thing I'll say, and the only reason why I brought up her saying that about leaving YouTube, is that I hope that Christy doesn't think that her mass following is leaving her and that YouTube's quitting her, is what she meant by that. Because I think there's a lot of people that still love Christy. It's in her comment sections. So I hope that she recognizes the people that love her too. I think in our career, it's very, very easy to focus. As an addict, this is something I was taught very early, that I can walk into a room of 100 people and there will always be that one person that says something negatively about me that I don't like. I've had to learn on this that there's always going to be people that hate me. There's going to be people that love me. And none of it will have anything to do with me. And I've had to learn that the really hard way. And then there will be people that consistently follow you and support you for years and years and years. And Christy has that. And I hope that she clings to that and she holds on to that. Christy wouldn't have gotten to where she got. This is not saying that I take back my issues with her or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not addressing that today. What I'm saying is Christy would not have gotten to where she got. I wouldn't have shouted her out in videos if I didn't think that she truly had talent and a personality that was enjoyable to watch and a voice that I thought was important. And I think that she still has that to a lot of people. And I hope that she doesn't feel like her time on YouTube is over. Like, she can still recreate herself and reinvent herself a million times. That's one of the coolest things about having a career online. And I wish that for her. I do. And I have nothing more to add to the conversation about all of that happened. So I got a couple questions about what I thought about Christy's video. Yeah, of course I watched it. Of course I was going to watch it, you know. And have you had a fire in the fireplace? Okay, so we got our fireplace fixed. I've not had a fire in it yet. Can you believe it? After all these years of not getting it fixed, I've not had a fire in it yet. Do you have anything else you hope to achieve in your lifetime? my goals are different than they used to be. Like, my goals used to be like, go here, go there, save this amount of money, do this, do that. I don't really have that anymore. Like, my goals today my goals for 2024 are to focus on the present moment was 2024. 2025 is focus on the present moment, and in the present moment, ask myself, am I living my best life? And that could be traveling to a major destination first class, staying in a 5-star hotel, or that could be laughing with my best friend having a fountain pop. It just depends on that moment. The other goal for 2025 is, where am I directing my energy? And I've really, really been working hard on that. My goals that I would like to achieve in my life are how to direct my energy towards positive instead of negative. I don't need to give my energy to everything out there, And when I give my energy to things that don't deserve it, I wear myself out quicker and I waste time and energy. It goes back to that, this is the beginning of a new day. How do I want to spend my day? I only have a limited amount of days on this earth. How do I want to spend them? If I give it all to negative energy, then I'm wasting my days, I'm wasting my life. I'm giving it away to people that might not even know that I exist on this earth. It's a waste of a life, when people are fighting every day. And so I don't want to do that. My goals would be to be a more calm, peaceful individual that still uses humor in my life. And no, that doesn't mean I'm not covering this stuff over. I still have an opinion about things. I can have an opinion about a pop culture influencer or whatever, and still try to achieve peace and calm in my life. Do you know what I mean? And so I want more peace and calm. And this is also something I do online. Like, I think sometimes people miss that. It's like, this is my job. I know that there's people that are ate up with stuff 24 hours a day, but that ain't me. I mean, sometimes I look it up at night and whatever, with what thought goes through my head, but I film the video, I turn it off, I'm done, And then I go and I'm reading the 31st trick-or-treater for the last time tomorrow. I can't believe it. Or Cozy Mysteries or whatever. I just posted my announcement for my Cozy Mystery Book Club on my BookTube channel today about the new pick for November. So, yeah. Let's see. If you could watch one, I feel like I get this question a lot. Only one Real Housewife franchise, which would it be? Atlanta, hands down. Salt Lake City, number 2. Where is a bucket list destination for you to visit? Oh my God. I really want to go to the Maldives a lot. I really, really want to go to the Maldives or Fiji or Bora Bora. I love tropical places. My husband really wants to go to Singapore and Thailand. My brother-in-law did an internship in Singapore and loved it. So we'll probably be doing some of those trips in the next couple years. Did you get your teeth done? Do I need to get my teeth done? I had braces when I was growing up as a kid. You mean like go to the dentist? I have to go for quarterly cleanings because I have periodontal disease. I know. I wish that is one thing I would have done. Here's some advice for younger people out there, okay? Keep up with your dentist and go to your dentist regularly. I didn't, and I'm paying greatly for it now, okay? Number 1. Number 2, as hard as it is, get active, go to the gym, work out, keep up with it, even if it's 2 times a week. What motivates you? Pizza, pizza, pizza! I don't know what motivates me. It depends on the day. Oh my God, top 10 thrillers for you. These are some good questions, but I'm getting at almost an hour, so I feel like I got to get around here. Oh, okay, these are the last questions. People are asking me about, people outside of Cody's shitty behavior, Cody Brown, would you say he would be tolerable with therapy? I feel like he's done therapy, hasn't he? On the show, they've talked about it in the past. I don't know. I think Cody lacks awareness of his part in his relationships with his ex-wives, his relationships with his kids, even his relationships with Robin. I think that Cody lacks any kind of awareness whatsoever. I have not watched Nurse Jackie or the show Monn, but I've been highly recommended those. Best way to meet people, to make friends or relationships. Well, I had to learn this at the pool. You just have to put your hand out and say, hi, I'm Peter. It's nice to meet you. Are you new to the neighborhood? Or, hey, I like your shirt. Or it's, whatever. And just go up to people. As a person with frightful social anxiety, that has been something that has been really, really hard for me to get through. 29 years ago, I was taking my dog to my friend's kennel, and I was stopping in there and whatever, and I'll never forget, she had just gotten back from a yoga class, and she was making a joke about it, and I just loved her positive energy and everything about her, and we started talking. We knew she had sponsored somebody that I knew, and so she said, stop in sometime and just kind of hang out with me. And for 2 weeks, I drove by her kennel every single day, and I was so terrified to stop in, and one day I thought, what do I have to lose? And I stopped in there, and we hung out in her office, and she's been my heartstone for 29 years. I'm forever grateful for her. And what I had to realize was I was standing in the way of a beautiful friendship and relationship that could happen. So don't stand in the way of relationships that you could possibly make. Don't stand in the way of your own joy. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it to the very end, it's Christmas in 2 days. So put a Halloween or Christmas emoji, whichever one you're most excited about. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.